Hello, I'm Mark Battaglini, Chief Strategy Officer for the Alliance for Regenerative Medicine, and it's my privilege today to have a chance to chat with Curran Simpson, President and CEO of REGENXBIO. First off, congratulations on your new appointment to CEO
Thank you.
to REGENXBIO. Give us an idea of the evolution of the organization since Ken Mills founded it back in 2009.
Sure. Yeah, Ken was CEO for REGENXBIO for 15 years. We started out early on, literally the origins of the company were out of Jim Wilson's lab up in Pennsylvania. And initially we started out as a licensing organization. So the license, for example, for the first gene therapy ever approved, REGENXBIO, originated out of our technology. And I think about 6-7 years into that process, the decision was taken of, rather than license out technologies, and the intent was to put AAV8 and AAV9 into the hands of as many developers as we could, why don't we start internally developing programs? And that sort of began the process for what now are late-stage programs, many of which are moving into phase 3, and one of which next year may be a commercial program. So we're real excited about that.
You'll be filing for your wet AMD compound in 2026, is that
That's
correct?
Yeah.
And it's my understanding that this could be the largest gene population treated by gene therapy. Is that accurate?
Yeah, roughly speaking, so the RGX-314 program is partnered with AbbVie, and we're in the process of enrolling 2 global studies for the pivotal program, and the number of patients is well over 1,000 combined for those 2 studies. So probably the largest ongoing gene therapy study worldwide.
Yeah. And 2026 is the targeted date.
Yep, that's the targeted date for the filing. We'll expect next year to be able to talk about, closing out enrollment, and then there's a year of from last patient in to when we'll, have last patient last visit.
Yeah. One of the biggest challenges from an indication perspective has been Duchenne's muscular atrophy. You guys are going down this path. How is it going to be different than other attempts, and what's the progress?
Yeah, we have made really good progress in the last 18 months. We started phase 1/2 only about, as I said, 18 months ago. And initially we wanted to demonstrate that we could get to what we felt from our preclinical data would be our pivotal dose, which is 2E14 per kilogram of patient weight. And we were able to safely dose escalate up to what we call dose level 2, which is also now the pivotal dose, within about 6 months, dosing just a few patients. And I think one of the things that predicates the whole program is there's a differentiation aspect to our construct. The microdystrophin that we're producing has what's called the CT domain, which is different from other constructs in development, but more like full-length dystrophin. And our hope is that that will result in not only high levels of microdystrophin expression, which we've already shown in the clinic, but obviously functional benefit to the patients. And I think that's the need in general for Duchenne, is there has to be convincing both functional data and durability shown for this to be, a growing therapy in the field. But we're real excited. We think the Elevidys approval was great for the sector and showed a lot of flexibility on the part of FDA, and we intend to leverage the accelerated approval pathway for our program.
Let me just take a step back. In 2019, you launched your NAV technology for spinal muscular atrophy. Mm-hmm. It was a pinnacle movement then, so I think it was only the second NAV launch. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any learnings from that from 5 years ago?
I think the combination of absolutely clear effect, meaning the children dosed or treated in the past really had poor outcomes, and Zolgensma was the first one where literally the patients' lives were extended significantly through the therapy. I think that the combination of unmet need, safe administration, and good safety profile for the drug and then followed by ultimately really positive efficacy. If you have that combination, you're going to have a successful program. I think in gene therapy, where programs have struggled is where there's an existing therapy available that does meet the need, even if it's inconvenient. And this is where, for example, on RGX-314, our ocular program, that's what we have to wrestle with as we're doing development is there an iterative improvement with an ocular treatment one time that's going to supersede things like Lucentis and Eylea? And I think the feeling we get talking with investigators, looking at our data, is that there's a real need there. We have investigators come into the site and talk to us about patients. Some of their patients they don't see for 6 months a year. They go to Florida, they're not getting treated, they start to lose vision, then there's sort of a rebound treatment that's applied. It's those type of patients that are a perfect fit for gene therapy.
Right.
So we're real excited about that.
That's terrific. You know, an association is only as good as its contributions by its member organizations and the executives therein. You've been an advocate of the ARM GROW program. You've been actually named as an ambassador, one of 2 ambassadors to the program this year. Can you explain to the audience what the GROW program is about and what your role is in advocating for it?
Yeah, I feel really strongly about the opportunity to be an ambassador for GROW. It's been, I think, 5 years in the making.
That's right.
And really happy. I've seen so many of the candidates that are selected and do internships. The real end game for this, I think, is to diversify our workforce, to bring new ideas into organizations, and to enrich resumes that we receive every single day to ensure that there's a diverse population applying for new positions. The kids that we bring in are brilliant. I mean, if you meet any of them, you're going to instantly come away with an impression of, wow, I feel really good having this person get the exposure to our field, that they're going to be motivated to come back. And so I know a number of the people selected for the GROW program have then gone on to work for that company or another one within the network. So I just think it's a great program, and we see it in the number of applications we get, and we see it in the amount of interest we get from the sector.
Yeah, that's terrific. Well, look, thank you for what you contribute to ARM as an organization, and we wish you luck. We have a lot invested, obviously, in your success moving forward. So thank you, Curran. Appreciate
Much
it.
Appreciate it.